with meteorologist Matt Hefner, certified by Weather8 for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks 7 years in a row.
Last night was eventful, it was wild, it was impactful when we talk about the damages, and we experienced really just about every form of severe weather. The night started off with tornado warnings up north. Just about everyone in the Ozarks was under a severe thunderstorm warning. We had damaging winds, we had hail, we had the tornado threat, we had heavy rainfall that caused flooding. And this graphic that kind of highlights the amount of rainfall that some places saw in the larger cities doesn't really do it justice when it comes to telling the whole story. Officially, at the Springfield Airport, 1.7 inches of rain. Joplin, just under half. Harrison, about 3/4. Raleigh and West Plains, they were closer to 1/4. But these are some of the higher totals that happened. If you were a viewer from Springfield and you said 1.7 inches, my house saw way more than 1.7. Well, chances are you're absolutely right. Southeast Springfield, this rain gauge was set up around 65, and Battlefield saw nearly 5 inches of rainfall. Nixa was close to that 4-inch mark. Garfield, Arkansas, got over that 4-inch mark. Stockton and Kramer at 3.6, but I want to highlight both of them because 2 days ago, they got over 1.5 inches of rain. So a whole lot of rain that's been coming through our area. And the big concern, the big problem is that this rain, it really isn't spread out. We got so much rain in such a short period of time. That's why we experienced so much flooding here in the Ozarks. And I really want to showcase this video. Jamie Warner got this footage last night. This is on Chestnut, close to Fremont. You can see the cars that are driving through this amount of water that are in Springfield. I want to highlight it for 2 reasons. The first reason is just to show how impactful the flooding was. And the second reason is I really want to take the time to talk about how serious flooding is. I feel like not a lot of people understand just how dangerous and deadly flooding can be. It is the second deadliest weather event. More fatalities occur due to flooding than tornadoes, than hail, than winter weather, than extreme cold, than lightning, than damaging winds, than hurricanes. Flooding is the second deadliest weather event, and it's a lot of times because of something like this, where people drive through impassable waters, and the majority of those fatalities come from vehicles getting stuck. I actually wrote down some of the storm reports that occurred last night. In Billings, a vehicle was trapped in 4 feet of water. 3 occupants had to be rescued. In Republic, 3 vehicles stuck in water. Water rescues conducted. In Galloway, an additional 3 vehicles in water, rescues conducted. In Marionville, water rescue conducted along Highway 14 bridge. In Springfield, multiple vehicles stuck or stalled requiring water rescues. This happened in National, Cherry, Jefferson, Kearney, and Commercial Street. Guys, it only takes 12 inches of water to have the majority of vehicles swept away. It does not matter if you're driving a Prius or an F-150. You need to be concerned and not doing what these people are doing right here. A lot of these deaths are completely avoidable. The good news is when we switch back to forecasting, things have really calmed down over the Ozarks. Temperatures for this 10 o'clock hour at that 70s, and those winds, they're calm. 24 hours ago, we had winds that were over 30 miles per hour, and we stayed dry today. It looked like it was going to rain this afternoon, but it didn't. Only in places of Howell County and over in Fayetteville where they actually had some thunderstorms, but the majority of us stayed dry. And the good news is we're going to continue to stay dry for the majority of this week. Now, when we get into Monday morning, there's going to be some chance of some dense fog that's going to be forming over the Springfield area and some low stratus clouds. That can hang out until, let's say, late morning before it really starts to erode. But then on the back side of that, it's really going to be sunny. We're not going to have to deal with a whole lot of clouds that are going to be going on in our area. And that sunny weather, it's going to continue for the majority of this week. When we talk about high temperatures, we're looking at high temperatures that are going to be in the 80s with sunny conditions and really no chances of rain or precipitation for the bulk of this week, Sydney.
So obviously for the morning commute tomorrow, drivers should be watching out for fog, correct?
Yes. So in the morning hours, some places visibility can be under a mile.
Wow.
So make sure you're taking that into consideration when you're driving in for the morning commute.
But after tomorrow, and looks like after tomorrow morning, we're going to have a nice week.
It's going to be quiet, which is nice after the week we just experienced to have some quiet weather here in the Ozarks.
And even last night, too. I mean, last night was just so crazy with all of the rain. It was pouring outside. You could hear it here at the station, and then all the flooding that you mentioned across the
I
town.
was forecasting, and we could hear the thunder
Yeah.
while I was forecasting, while I was live. It's very impactful last night. So.
Yeah, it sure was. All right, thanks, Matt.